quickly bring on our next guest as well. Joining us now is Aditi Handa. She's the co-founder and head chef for the Baker's Dozen, another really cool startup which has now a revenue of 80 crore. Aditi, somebody who started out by saying, hey, I just have an idea. I want to make good bread. Then she went on to study it, went to France, went to other places and said, okay, let me now study the art of baking. And here we have Baker's Dozen was born. So Aditi, we discussed so many ideas with Tarun earlier, but can I start by asking you the toughest task of being a founder today? Startup day, everybody will say, oh, really cool numbers, this and that, etc. But what has been your biggest fail and what have you learned from it?
I think the toughest part of being a founder is, there's so much sex appeal around being a founder. Everybody thinks it's a really happy journey. It's a really cool journey. It's not like that. It is really not like that. I think being a founder, you have to be a little bit crazy. There has to be some screw in your dimag, which is dheela, which does not go as per, the right brain. You have to be very passionate about what you're doing. You have to be totally in love with it. There should be no rationale why you're doing what you're doing when it comes to this passion. And I think young people need to understand that you will most likely fail more than succeed. And if you're able to accept that, listen, 70% of my life is going to be failure and 30% is going to be success, then you've gotten your mindset right. Once you have that right, there is it automatically changes, right? Now you start succeeding much more than failing. So I feel like, especially in your initial few years, when there are more glitches, when there are more challenges, when you are, you probably don't have enough money, you don't have a customer, you're by yourself so much. I think that mindset, it's okay to fail. And it's important to meet people who are also failing because that's where you also get your strength from.
Yeah.
Aditi, tell us a little bit on how you arrived at bread, because I believe it was actually one of the many sort of ideas you had written up on a whiteboard. And I read somewhere that you chant the Gayatri Mantra when you make a particularly difficult kind of bread. So a croissant, for example. Just walk us through the bread story.
So in 2012, Sneh, my husband and I got together saying, let's start a business. We were not really sure which industry. We just knew that we wanted to leave our respective jobs and get into this area of entrepreneurship. What we did was we started meeting a lot of people from different industries and hearing their stories, only to know that what was exciting us and what was not. What is it that we were really liking? What would resonate with us? In one of these meetings, an idea came up that, yaar, India mein achhi bread nahi milti. Honestly, we didn't do any of the fancy management jargon research that happens around it. We just said कि पूरा India bread खाता है, जो bread India में मिलती है, it's this unhygienic, unhealthy thing, and you don't get good bread. That was our market research, TAM, brand philosophy, everything. Now, where we also always felt that whichever business we were going to do, one of the founders needed to be technically sound in it. Now, baking, hospitality is not an industry that is in the background of, say, in my education or in the family to that matter. So that's when I went to New York and Paris to technically become sound in how to make a good loaf of bread, how to make a good cake. It is during this period I feel that I fell in love with the art of baking bread. So when you say I was chanting the Gayatri Mantra, a lot of it is because this wasn't very naturally coming to me. I had to work very hard. Actually, when you're baking, and I'm sure this comes to any form of cooking, if you're really focused on it and if you're really calm, it comes in your product. And that's a philosophy we've taken down across all our bakers. All our bakers don't come from any fancy degrees. We always tell them कि जब तुम बना रहे हो सोचो ये वाली bread तुम अपने परिवार वालों को खिलाने वाले थे. How would you make it?
Yeah.
And that's how you get each loaf coming out of a factory to be handmade and yet perfect and yummy tasting.
Yeah. Aditi, but think about startup is there are two segments really. One is about cracking the right idea. The other ball game altogether is scaling it up. Very different kind of skill sets required for both of them. Today, a lot of startups fail when they're not able to scale, when they're not able to get their brand on point. Your idea of how to sort of take that forward, especially with a perishable product like yours?
So first of all, we've also failed. It's not that we've not. I mean, you see the numbers today and everybody finds the story very exciting. But there has been a lull period even at the Baker's Dozen. I think what's important is for any brand, first get the product right. That's extremely important. Once you've gotten the product right, especially when you're trying to scale up, you will realize same product which worked at a turnover of, let's say, 5 crores annually doesn't work at a turnover of 60 crores annually. there are tweaks you need to make to it. There are times that you need to get the pricing better. There are times you need to get the packaging better. At times, your product is fine, but your brand proposition needs to become crisper with time. One of the things we realized is we started as a pure D2C brand. So we had we had about 50 stores pan India, and we were retailing out of these stores. And post COVID, we saw that customers don't want to walk into a store. They want these things delivered at home. And I think it took us about a year to make this transition from going from 50 stores now to 2,000 touch points, but through more of an omni-channel approach. So at times when, if your numbers are not increasing, if when you're talking to your consumers, you can see that listen, some of them may be falling off because you're just not as easily available. You have to be humble enough and say, listen, there's something wrong I'm doing. I don't know what, but there's something clearly wrong. And you go back to the consumer. Consumers are amazing. I mean, the amount of time and effort a consumer is willing to put in a brand and to help them, it's unimaginable.
Aditi, what incredible insight.
On our team, and whatever the consumer says, even if it doesn't resonate with you in that moment, listen to what they have to say. Because there is some magic mantra in there.
So take the consumer's word as the golden word. Aditi,
From both of them.
Yeah, that was actually really, really key. Thank you for providing us with this insight. We've just got some breaking news coming in. We do need to switch focus. So let's move